Welcome to 11 News at Noon. I'm Maren Klein.
And I'm Allison Caffrey. We start today with breaking news. Right now, police are investigating iconic fashion designer Kate Spade's death. Spade was 55 years old, and police say she committed suicide. She was found in her apartment this morning by her housekeeper, and she did leave a note.
Details are still coming in about her death. Spade designed a line of handbags in the early 1990s that have become very popular today. We will continue to update the story as more information becomes available. We have a developing story happening right now in Salt Lake City. 2 people were shot and injured near Redwood Road and 500 North. Salt Lake City police are on the scene and are investigating the situation. We will update the story as more information becomes available.
We are live in 3, 2, 1.
We call upon the organizers of the Freedom Festival to open their hearts, open their minds, and let our community march. Thank you so much.
The LGBTQ+ community held a press conference this morning after being rejected from participating in the Provo Freedom Festival parade.
Police in Moab are asking for community members to come forward if they have any information about how the Cinema Court fire was started.
And 2 controversial plays return to the Utah Shakespeare Festival.
Josh Holt and his wife Tammy return home to Utah after being released from a Venezuelan detention center.
Memorial Day isn't only just important, but it's crucial to the survival of the American spirit.
Hundreds of people gather together at the Provo City Cemetery to honor those who have fought for freedom. And multiple congressional debates will take place today at the KBYU studios. And the Utah Transit Authority is just finishing up the new bus route from Provo to Orem. More on why this route will alleviate stress among Utah County commuters.
It's almost summer and it's time to take care of your garden. Find out which store in Utah can help you keep your green thumb in tip-top shape.
We are live in 3, 2, 1.
I was scared for my life. Nobody should go through this. Nobody should be able to feel that in school.
Police are finding explosive devices on and off Texas school campus after a shooting this morning.
Utah parents are fearing for their allergic kids after a massive nationwide shortage of EpiPens.
A controversial show about suicide returns to Netflix today, and it's making Utah teachers very concerned.
Welcome to 11 News at Noon. I'm Peyton Cram.
And I'm Kelsey Carlson. We start with breaking news on the Texas school shooting. Here's the latest news. The governor of Texas is on his way to Santa Fe High School as police are still searching for victims and more explosives from a shooting this morning.
Sped down here as fast as I could behind another police officer, and I was on the phone with her the whole time. Just really scary. Really scary.
Police report that at least 9 students and 1 teacher are dead and at least 12 people hospitalized. Their conditions are unknown at this time. Chief Walter Brand says police also discovered pipe bombs and pressure cooker bombs on and off campus surrounding the high school. Police also believe the shooter was a student at the high school. Right now, police are asking anyone with any information about the shooting to call 911 and report any suspicious devices.
This shooting is the 22nd shooting to happen in first 19 weeks of 2018. That's the equivalent of 1 school shooting a week since the year began. Take a look at this map of where the school shootings happened in the past few months. This Santa Fe school shooting comes just after a shooting in Palmdale, California. A man yelling about the president opens fire at the Trump Golf Resort in Florida. The suspect has been identified as Jonathan Audie. Audie was armed with a handgun when the authorities arrived around 1:30 this morning. Officers say that he was yelling about President Trump, but that's all they know so far. Law enforcement shot the suspect multiple times and took him into custody. Audie is undergoing treatment at a local hospital, but his condition is unknown. Miami-Dade police say 1 officer suffered a wrist injury in the incident.
Police are still looking for 2 men who are on the run after a robbing at Walmart at gunpoint. The robbery happened around 11 o'clock last night at the Walmart in Midvale. Police say 2 men snuck into the store. The men, who were both wearing masks, approached an employee with a handgun and demanded money. Detectives say they left the store and police believe they had a standoff with the suspects. Officers are still looking through the area to see if they can find the men. Police don't have much to go on. The men are described as being 5'8" to 6 feet tall with a thin build. They were last seen wearing black hoodies.
Developing news, one person is in the hospital after a shooting in Summit County just a few hours ago. It happened just before 9 o'clock on the 1100 South block of Hoytsville Road in Hoytsville. Police say a father and son were arguing when the father shot his son in the leg. The son was taken to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. This is a developing story, so we'll keep you updated as new information becomes available.
A man charged with 50 first-degree felony charges is now behind bars. The Utah County Sheriff's Office arrested 33-year-old Jonathan Damian Nixon and charged him with multiple counts of rape of a child, sodomy of a child, and aggravated sexual abuse of a child. Detectives say Nixon admitted to abusing at least 3 7-year-old girls, including abusing one over the course of 3 years. Nixon is registered in Utah as a sex offender, and his bail is currently set at $500,000.
Utah Highway Patrol is searching the public for people to work in their department. There have been 5 public recruitments in the last 8 months, and the recruitments happen all over Utah. UHP is losing some of their patrolmen to recruitment and other agencies. Highway Patrol does not have a shortage of people applying. They just want to get the best recruits before the other agencies take them. UHP says they hold their patrolmen to higher standards than other departments.
We'll do a recruitment of 400 people, and we may only end up hiring 13. Just because if we feel like if we lower our standards or change what we're looking for, then we're going to have issues down the line in that trooper's career.
Utah Highway Patrol does not allow visible tattoos on their recruits or previous felonies. The recruiting process takes roughly 4 months due to different tests and background checks. The public recruitments will continue as long as they keep producing good recruits. A patrolman needs to work for 25 years in order to obtain full retirement.
A West High School freshman is in custody for bringing a gun to school. According to the Salt Lake City School District, another student at the school told a teacher about the boy with the gun. The boy was carrying the unloaded firearm in the waistband of his pants. The district says that the important thing is that a student saw something wrong and was able to report it to a teacher.
Utah school districts are telling parents to be on the lookout for signs of depression and suicide in their kids leading up to tonight's debut of the 2nd season of the Netflix series 13 Reasons Why.
I felt like this whole thing was going to be over.
The first season of the Netflix series was criticized for glorifying suicide and has high school counselors concerned over their students' mental health. Alta High School sent parents an email alerting them of tonight's season premiere and the dark themes it might expose to children. A website parodying the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints website, MormonNewsroom.org, is receiving backlash on Twitter over a fake apology. Coming on the heels of LDS church leaders meeting with the AACP, the site Mormon-Newsroom.com released a fake apology for the church's past history of discriminatory practices. People took to Twitter responding to the fake site, including @BarefootChapel, who tweeted, quote, "Shame, shame, shame to those who issued the fake apology from the LDS Church today. It was brutal and re-traumatizing. I am ashamed of this and cannot be silent."
Utah is among 45 other states that are reporting an EpiPen shortage. Reports across the country say hundreds of patients are struggling to fill their prescriptions. These back orders are reported at the University of Utah Health, among other places. The EpiPen shortage may lead to people needing to find an alternative.
All 3 of these have the exact same medicine in it. There is a true generic of it that's sometimes called a Twinject that is pretty much available. And then there's another one that's called the AlviQ that is, we're told, readily available. There's plenty supply of it.
Dr. Evan Matheson says that many parents are starting to worry for their children's lives and are concerned about what to do in a time of emergency without an EpiPen. He says there is nothing to worry about because there is other medication available.
The Weber County Attorney's Office is adding a furry friend to help comfort those in the courthouse. Introducing Utah's first ever courthouse comfort dog, a Labrador and Golden Retriever mix named Rubix. Rubix is there for people to pet and hug her as they talk about difficult situations. She attends court hearings every week, ranging from criminal cases to child welfare. Prosecutors and even judges have fallen in love with the county's newest employee.
The Millennium Falcon will be at the Jordan Commons today in Sandy, Utah. Visitors will be able to sit in the cockpit and tour the replica Falcon from today through Sunday. Tickets for the tour are provided on a first-come, first-served basis.
Utah Lake has some exciting changes that people will see when they head to the lake this Memorial Day weekend. After low water levels this past year, Utah Lake had to undergo lots of construction to remove silt from the harbor, which prevents any type of recreation. The opening has been pushed back by almost a month, but will be open next week. Utah State Park employees are excited for people to see the new changes.
Utah Lake itself sometimes gets a bad rap. It's a wonderful lake. It's a wonderful warm lake. It's close, it's convenient, it's right in your backyard.
Utah Lake will now feature a huge dam and a deeper harbor so bigger boats can go on the lake. With the new dredging completed, Utah Lake can now be open during a drought. To check the exact date, go to their Facebook page at Utah Lake State Park.
Cambridge Analytica files for Chapter 7 bankruptcy. Find out how much money the company will lose after using private Facebook information.
You thought it was like just a drill and people were joking around and stuff started coming in.
A field trip turns fatal after a dump truck collides with a school bus. See what the bus looked like after the crash.
After making several racist remarks, a New York attorney comes under fire again. Find out who he surprisingly represents for work.